We are here once again. Greetings. This is Rantel at Coach Sam Carter.
Oh!
Woo, woo, woo.
Got it. Get it.
Woo. And guess what? Got the cards.
Uh-oh.
What do I do? Then guys, they ain't space, and something else going on. I wasn't expecting this. Coach Carter told me about it. I ain't had no. So he just told me Rantel that. So that's what's going on. Glad to have you all here. Always a pleasure to have you on Rantel that. Coach Sam Carter got something.
Resolution. The resolution. You are the December star, and I'm gonna tell you, this is the month. I get more calls, and I'm telling you about the group that's supposed to start. We're gonna start. I know we're gonna start. Dr. Jamal, every workout is like, Coach, I just got to get my mind together for that group, the older group. I train. Look, you know, before we get started, anything we do on this show, you consult a medical professional about starting any workout program, starting any fitness. You make sure you go talk to your doctor, especially if you're somebody who have not done this in years, and you jump out there, and the last time you worked out when you was 18, 17 years old, and now you 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Look, go check with your doctor first before you do this, anything. All right, now, also, we are not dietitians. I'm giving you fitness and exercise and food advice on I am a trainer. I'm a certified trainer. I've been doing this for years and years and years. Dietitian, if you came to me with an ailment and I wrote down a prescription of food and telling you, eat this, do this, and do that, and do this, do this. What I do is I tell you what I do. I tell you what I advise to my athletes, and then I tell you what I advise to my personal clients. You got it? But I don't work in a hospital. I don't work in a nursing home. Do we understand? I want to make sure you understand that I'm giving you advice from my training throughout the years that I see training people that work. Understand that. All right. Now, I get more calls during this time of year about exercising and working out because in the New Year's resolutions, when you start thinking about money and you start thinking about people want to save money, make more money, got it. Right? But right up there with money, 1, 2, and 3, money, eating right, and exercising. And all statistics say 95% of you will have either one of those. It'll be something to do with money. It'll be something to do with eating right. It'll be something to do with exercise. It will be. And what I'm telling you, this is our New Year's resolution. Show me so you can think about what you're doing so we can help you with your resolution. Dr. Jamal, ask me how we can help you with your resolution.
Coach Carter, I'm about to go into this new year, Coach Carter.
Yes.
How can I get help to go on a resolution for me to set a goal? What can I do, Coach Carter?
Have you ever heard of the movie Cinderella Man?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've heard of Cinderella Man. Right there, Cinderella Man. I'm glad you asked that question. All right. Cinderella Man. It's a movie about a guy by the name of James J. Braddock.
Yeah.
James J. Braddock was a boxer.
Yes, sir.
He was a boxer in the 1920s, right? And it was the late 1920s. He was a boxer. James J. Braddock. Get him, James J. Get him. All right. James J. was a boxer, and James J. was an average boxer. If he got in the ring 20 times, he won 10, and he lost 10. James J.
Yes,
all right. And so James J. Braddock, one day, while he was boxing, he broke his hand. And the doctor said, you got to stop boxing. Your hand is broken.
Yes, sir.
So James J. Braddock stopped boxing. He fine. He got a job at the dock. Well, from the 1920s and the late 1920s, early 1930s, what happened was the Great Depression happened.
That's right.
And James J. Braddock lost his job.
Okay.
And James J. Braddock moved to what they call shantytown, the ghetto.
Tent City.
James J. Braddock. He had to go. And he lived there for not 1 year, not 2 years, but 3 years he was in Tent City, the ghetto shantytown.
Okay.
Now, James J. Braddock's wife had to find work for the family because they didn't have enough food to eat. They had no money. And so she started cleaning homes and washing people's floors. James J. Braddock children went to bed with an air sandwich.
Okay. Woo. Air sandwich.
Air sandwich.
They were full on that.
Full of air. James J. Braddock was a broken man. Then one day, his old boxing coach came to him and said, "Hey, James J, there's an opportunity for you to get back into the ring.
Yes, sir.
There's a guy who wants to just get a guy who just beat up on the spar on and beat him up." So James J, after those 3 years, his hand was healed. He got back into the ring.
Okay.
He got back into the ring.
Yes, sir.
And James J. Braddock got back into the ring. And James J. Braddock was fighting the guy. Boom, 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 and he beat him. And it was like, whoa. The guy was like, whoa. Well, maybe we'll do this again.
Right.
James J. Braddock came back, fought another guy. Right. Boom, boom, boom. He beat him. And it was like, whoa, James J., what is going on?
You super down on your luck.
You were down on your luck. He got back into another ring. Bah, 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 bah. He beat another guy. And it was like, wait, this is crazy. This joker was a regular fighter. So they interviewed the guy he was fighting. When they interviewed him, they said, "Hey, didn't you beat James J before?" Right. When he was back in the day, yes. He was like, "But this time, you fought him this time, and what happened?" He said, "That's a different man." He said, "That's a different man I'm fighting."
Okay.
James J. Braddock went on to win. He continued to win. He continued to win until he got a chance at the heavyweight championship of the world. Yeah. He fought a guy by the name of Max Baer. Max Baer had killed 2 people in the ring already. Max Baer was from Germany. Max Baer was a monster. He had more training, more money, more support. Max Baer. He got into the ring in New York City with Max Baer. James Ray, this average fighter, got into the ring. This average man got into the ring. And in New York City, the place they call Madison Square Garden.
Yes, sir.
James J. Braddock got into the ring and he beat Max Baer for the World Heavyweight Championship. James J. Braddock. And here is what your resolution. I'm about to help you. I'm about to help you, Dr. Jamal. I'm about to help you. I'm about to help you. They said, James J., when they were interviewing him after the fight, they said, "James J., wait. You used to be a journeyman fighter. Right. You were average. Right. If you fought 20 times, you would win 10 and you would lose 10. Yes. You were regular. Yes. James J., you were just a regular guy. And then you went on this street, you're the champion of the world. What happened?" You know what James J., ask me what James J. said. Ask me what James J. said.
Coach Carter, what did James J. Braddock say?
I'm glad you asked. James J. Braddock said this. James J. Braddock said, "You're right. I used to be a regular person. I used to be a regular fighter. If I got in the ring 20 times, I won 10 and I lost 10. But see, this time, after seeing my wife scrub floors, this time, after seeing my kids go to bed with an air sandwich, this time, when I get into the ring, I got something to fight for. Yes, sir. I got something to fight for." And the one thing I tell you, when people come to me about exercise, I ask them this: what you fighting for? When Dr. Jamal came to me and he'll tell his story, what you fighting for? What are you fighting for? I can't tell you what you're fighting for. You got to figure out what you fight for. I know what I fight for. I know what I fight. I've had many thousands of people who that I've trained, but I know what I fight for. Ask me what I fight for.
Coach Carter, I got a question for you.
Yes.
What are you fighting for every day?
Timmy Cousin Jr. I fight for Timmy. I had to get it out. Timmy Cousin Jr. Timmy Cousin Jr. Timmy Cousin Jr. Timmy Cousin Jr.
I haven't heard of him.
Timmy Cousin Jr. Timmy Cousin Jr. Timmy Cousin Jr. I had a friend growing up.
Okay.
Timmy. And Timmy and I met on the basketball court. First day, he tried to take my ball. I kept my ball back. After that, we were niggas thieves, right? Timmy grandmama died. Timmy grandmama died. And I was at the funeral with my friend. And I sat there with Timmy. And everybody was sitting in the church. And there was a guy over there with an orange jumpsuit. He had an orange jumpsuit.
Okay.
And when I looked at it, it was an orange jumpsuit. Then there was a guy standing behind him. He had a shotgun. Standing right to me, Timmy just usually had shackles, handcuffs.
Yeah.
And he had shackles at the funeral. And I'm like, looking, like, what is going on? See, the grandmama raised Junior.
Right.
And at the time, they let Junior come to the funeral. That's what they did. Let Junior go to the funeral. So me, 10, 11, 12 years old, I'm looking over there at Junior. Everybody else paying attention to what's going on, but I'm looking at Junior. And Junior had these arms hanging out this orange jumpsuit. I was like, I'm looking at Junior. The funeral is over. This is not why. The funeral is over. So we go to the repast. Everybody running around. Junior sitting there. Junior had handcuffs.
Yes, sir.
Shackles. And a guy standing, an armed guard. And I knew he was a prisoner because on the shirt, on the back, it had prisoner. And everybody running around. Everybody just having a good time celebrating life. Everybody. And I look at, but the whole time I'm looking at Junior. And Junior, he was getting upset. Junior was like, man. And I'm like, what is Junior? What is Junior? The man standing there with a shotgun. Junior got handcuffs. He got shackles. Then Junior stands up. And Junior says these words that I never will forget. He said, everybody, shut up. The whole room went quiet. Everybody, people started sitting down, gathering their food, gathering their plate. Everybody walked out. And at that time, at 11 years, 12 years old, I realized this life I'm living, that's what I'm going to do. My wife, Timmy Cousin Jr., because I knew at that early age, I realized Timmy Cousin with handcuffs, shackles, and an armed guard couldn't do nothing to nobody. But because of his presence, the way he walked around and his way he stood, the way he stood and what he believed, his confidence in himself. And see, here's the thing I want you to understand. If you believe in yourself, and if you believe in confidence in yourself, if you believe in you, it don't matter what dog, it don't matter what they say. You believe in you. This man had handcuffs, shackles, and an armed guard standing behind him. And Timmy Cousin couldn't do nothing. But everybody in the room respected Timmy Cousin. So they sat down. And that's why. I don't need no sign on my shirt. I don't need to drive a Ferrari or Lamborghini. I don't need to have a patch on my pants. Why? Because I hit that weight every day. This is my confidence. This is what we do. This is how we roll. My confidence is taking my clothes off and naked in the mirror. And like, that's how I believe it. Confidence. That's why I don't need to wear it. That's why. Because I believe in me. I can get up every day and get in that gym and work because of confidence. And that's why. So when I walk through the door, it's presence. When I walk through the door, people see it. And they say, I don't know what. But I ask him. I don't know what we do. Ask that guy. I learned that. That's my why. From Timmy Cousin Jr. He was a prisoner. He had handcuffs. He had a shackle. He had an armed guard standing behind him. But because of how he looked, you respected him. You said, Timmy Cousin. They stopped moving. Presence. Confidence in himself. And so what I'm trying to tell you is this. At the highest level, at your highest level of you, thinking about you, yourself. It don't matter. If you build you and you start on you, taking care of yourself, you don't need to go out and buy the best watch. You don't need to go out and buy the best this and have somebody else. You borrow the credibility of somebody else to put on you. When you put a Rolex on, that's somebody else who earned it and put it on you. When you jump in, I gotta have a certain car. That's somebody else Ferrari name, and you just borrowing somebody else's credibility. That's what you're doing. Make your own credibility. Make your own credibility. That's why I do it. That's why I'm here. That's why I do it. And that's why I pass on to you. That's my why. Now I'm gonna ask Dr. Jamal, when he came to me, and the reason why I fell in love, because he has a why. And he said, Coach, I got something that's inside of me that I fight against every day. And I said, Dr. Jamal, meet me at the gym Monday, 7:30, and I'll help you fight. And I know you all been out there waiting for me. I know you waiting. I know you waiting. But you better come in and have your why. Have your why. Understand what your why is. Because it's important for you to know is that this is the why will keep you. See, this you got to understand. When you start your New Year's resolution, most of the time, if 95 years you set that resolution, what's going to happen is this. By your third month, only 10% of the people sticking with it. By the third month, because one, your expectation you set it too high. Your expectation is too high. All right. Two, you don't have the time. You don't have the time. I ain't run out of time. Three, you don't have enough money. You don't have enough money. Four, you have no plan. Five, you have no self-belief. But what I'm going to try to tell you is this. When you have a why, all that don't matter. See, we're going to show you what to do. We're going to show you how to do it. But we cannot tell you what your why is. That's the thing that we cannot do. I cannot tell you your why. I cannot tell you. I can tell you what to do. I can tell you how to do it. I can share my why. You heard my why. Timmy Cousin Jr. You heard my why. Self-confidence, presence, walk through the door. You heard. That's my why. It drives me. But I gotta go. How to go? Because I think the presence. Because I think about the arm guard. I think about the arms. I think about the handcuffs. I think about the shackles. And also, I gotta go. It's a presence. But I can't tell you what your why is. I can't tell you what your why. That's what I can't tell you. Jamal came to me, and I don't know if he knew it. He came to me with his why. And I was like, all right, well, that's gonna drive it. What I like is you got the what's your why. We already know the how. We understand what to do and how to do it. There is something, and I'm helping you with your resolution. So when you sit back and say, hey, I got a resolution, I want to exercise, that's not the why. When you sit back and say, hey, I want to eat right, that's not a why. The reason why you've done this over and over and over and over and it's not sticking is because you don't have a why. Because if you had a why, it would drive you to get up in the morning or in the afternoon, at lunch or after work. It would drive a true why. James J. Braddock went back into the ring. He saw his family. He saw his wife. He saw his kids. So that was a different man in the ring. That was not the man that used to be in the ring who just used to do it because he knew how to box. He knew what to do with boxing. But he didn't have a why. This time, I got something to fight for. And what I'm asking you is this. What are you fighting for? Write it down. I'm asking Dr. Jamal to share what he told me the first time I met him about working out. What he's fighting for. And this is what this man fight for every time. He come here 3 days and we'll be back to 4 days when he young, and he keep going over and over. Because it's not just the exercise. It's not just the eating. He has a why. Dr. Jamal, hit him.
All right. Let y'all know it's no problem, Coach Carter. I ain't had known we were going to be doing all this today. In fact, my why goes back to 30 years ago, December 2001. So that's why I'm sitting here like when you were saying all that. That was my journey. My journey was inside a bathroom at Memorial Hospital. I'm in the bathroom in the Memorial Hospital inside the room. First of all, I've never been hospitalized in my life. Never hospitalized in my entire life. So I'm not in the hospital room. They're trying to figure out what's going on with me. They're trying to figure out why I have this weakness that people generally know that, hey, listen, you know, he has a healthy lifestyle, what's going on with him? And they're trying to figure out, they're like, have you been to the mountains? It's like, have you been bitten by, you got Lyme disease? Then they ask me, like, do you have sarcoidosis in your family? I'm like, yeah, we got sarcoidosis in my family. And so they're like, okay, we got to run tests on you. And they go through all these tests. And they're like, okay, we know it's not Lyme disease. Then it's also, they say it's not sarcoidosis. Then this physician said to me, he said, it might be MS. And I said to the physician, I was like, listen, I said, black people don't get MS. And then the doctor said, nah, brother Jamal, they lie. And then I thought about Montel Williams, the host, the talk show host. Then Lola Falana. Then thought about Tamia, Grant Hill wife. I was like, oh. And so I'm saying all this to myself, and while this is going on, there's some things hitting me. Like, wait a minute, because people with MS, how you see most people, they're like debilitated. Right? They're in wheelchairs, they got walkers. And so then when I find out a brother who was a bank official here in Savannah, a brother who I would hang out with, found out that he had MS. And I'm like, wait a minute. But I began to see some things with that brother. I began to see he was losing some things. And I'm like saying, wait a minute. So now I'm in the bathroom inside the hospital by myself. And so this is why I said, Coach Carter, I said, God, I said, why me, God?
That's right.
First time I ever really questioned God like that, I said, God, why me, God? I said, God, why me, God? And so now I'm like sitting there crying inside that bathroom. Did God say, why not you? And I'm like, what? And I'm like feeling it. I'm like, God, like, why not you, Jamal? God said, you are better served than my other servants to do this. Say, you are the one that can do this better than anyone else. Because the others, when they get it, they go down. But Jamal, how you've always been functioning since you were little, when you were there fighting in the 80s and the 90s, Jamal, you can be an example for other people. So Coach Carter, like I said, I was in there and I was like crying. And God said that to me. I was like, yo, I walked out that bathroom, ain't no more tears about questioning God. So then what happened? I knew mentality. So then I got on the phone, told my mom, I said, bring my clothes from the house. I said, bring my clothes from the house. She's like, what? I said, bring my clothes from the house. So they bring my clothes, I put my clothes. I said, I'm not wearing hospital clothes. So I'm there, people coming by, those some people who I went to school with, people who said, came inside the room, and I know, because they hear, okay, Jamal got MS. It's almost like Coach Carter, it's almost like it was a living weight. It was like a living weight. Coach Carter, like up there. But some people come, they want to find me like debilitated, like, okay, he about to die. They gonna talk about me. You know, he was all right, but I was sitting right there. And so one brother comes and he said, I went to law school because of him. Because he did it, that's why I went on to law school, became an attorney because of him. Then other people come in, then I started saying, yo, check this out. Everybody come in here, y'all sign this paper right here. So again, acknowledge it. And I'm like saying, that's the power. Then I started saying, I gotta do exercises. And so I started doing exercise. Then one of the doctors came in and he was like, okay, we got a patient in here. Where's the patient? Everybody said, that's him right over there. He was like, you looking like everybody else. I'm like, right. And I realized Coach Carter mentality.
That's right.
That's what I realized. So some things I was doing, but then I began to realize also that though I had been doing it in the 2000s, during 2010s, I realized I began to let some things slide.
Yes, sir.
And so then that's when I was like, okay, I got to get with Coach Sam Carter. Because, as I said, we know what MS and what it is. It's psychological. It's tied to stress. And some people say, why would you do this right here? I'm not saying, I'm not trying to stress myself because it affects my immune system.
That's right.
I'm like, no, I got to live. I got a purpose because God has put me here. God said, you can do this, Jamal, with MS and all that. You can still go and fight for the people.
That's it.
That's what I'm like saying, no. I say, so I got to make sure that I am together.
That's it.
To fight. I got to be together to fight, not for myself, for other people. I got to be a voice for the voiceless. I got to be the one who's going to be a friend to those who are friendless and be the mother and the father to those who are motherless and fatherless. I got to be there for my people. And so that's why I said, when you were saying that, I was like, that's why I was looking at you. I was like, oh my God, it's 30 years, December of 2001.
That's it.
It's now 2021. This sojourn and that Coach Carter has helped in the process. I'll tell anybody, I began to see now. I'm not saying this is not a shameless plug. This is an actual plug. In 1 month, I began to see changes. Even though I thought I was handling something, but I realized I wasn't handling like I need to be handling. I was doing like some of us. You know, we get a little sweat on. We think we all together.
Right.
But that didn't change. Coach God, it wasn't changing nothing really. You know, it gave me a little ego boost. You know, like, yeah, I'm walking and,
Right.
you know, doing my little run. But it wasn't transforming me.
That's
Within 1 month being with Coach Carter, I began to see transformation, began to understand. But then Coach Carter said something too. He said, if you do this month after month, within 90 days, it's going to be your routine now.
Routine.
So, and I calculated, I said, it's going to be like February. But then what happened? I got hit with COVID.
Yeah, right.
Then I go and tell people this. I say, my lifestyle, I think, helped with regards to the COVID.
That's right.
That helped with regard to the COVID. So that's why I'm like saying, I tell folks, that's what about that. Why is, I know God has said to me, why not you with that illness and do something for other people? That is, people knew I've always been about that anyway, but that gave me an even greater incentive now to be conscious of that. So when people talk about this, I'm not saying, no, for me, it ain't no lip service. This is actual service. And sometimes it is quite daunting. Sometimes I get mad with my people. I don't have that love for my people. Guess what? That's a part of the exercise. I don't like what Coach Carter be doing that. I drag coming in here. I don't like none of it.
Let's rest. Let's rest on Wednesday. No more minute. 45 seconds. 2.5 minutes on the big intervals. Less. Oh. But he understands why. You got to understand.
Doing legs, 45 pounds. I'm like, deeper. He's not deeper. I'm like, what the world? Then, you know, you sit down, bam, you back up. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I don't like none of it. But guess what I know? It is good for me.
That's it.
It is good for me.
That's it.
And it helps prepare me because sometimes when I'm doing something as Coach Carter, I'm saying to myself, guess what? The world gonna feel this right here.
That's right.
I'm feeling this right now, but I'll make sure the world of injustice is gonna feel this right here.
That's right.
This doesn't fuel me.
That's
Gotta go out there, not be afraid.
That's it.
Out.
Come on, preach it, Jamal. Yes, sir.
Yo, when you down there, get down, go. I'm like saying, oh yeah. When them jokes come with that stupidity, I'm going to be spitting the fire out. So now y'all understand why I do some of those videos.
That's it.
Because now my mind is saying, if I'm going through all this right here, it's not for ego.
Right.
It's about ego. And I'm like saying, if I can do this inside a facility like this, I can easily do this outside. When that ain't even hard.
That's it.
It ain't hard to speak out.
When you're doing this, look, when he got 300 pounds on his back and 140 pounds over his face, and it's trying to crush him, and you fighting it and you beating it, walking out. walking out.
Some stupidity. Because I got thrown some Coach Carter did another little thing that I was with a group of people yesterday, and they talked about how the place where they're located at, there's oppression, there's injustice, and they see the injustice. And I'm talking about African Americans. They see the injustice, but they choose to be quiet about the injustice because they want to get that paper in the end. And I'm like saying, but the quality of your life, and I said, how you feel, the stress that you're going through. Right. I said, guess what? You're going to take that same spirit when you go out into the world and you're working at this job or you're working in this career field, you're going to still accept that oppression and not do anything to rectify it at all.
That's right.
I'm like, that's the training ground for you right now to not speak out.
That's right. That's it. Why? What is your why? Dr. Jamal shared his why. I have shared my why. What is your why? Before you start, what is your why? What is your why? Now, faith without works. We're going to show you some work. We're going to show you some work. Now, this is a little exercise.
And this was not what I had expected today at all. I thought, when I tell that, I'm simply chilling. We talking about resolution. I'm going to laugh at y'all. That's what I thought. I'm going to laugh at y'all when y'all not come in inside here or y'all working on it.
We're going to show you a Kickstarter to your home. You don't have to have no gym. You can just start at your home. Now, this is a little Kickstart exercise I like to do to help people kickstart. Now, this is an exercise workout that we're going to pull from a deck of cards, right? You see this deck of cards? Me and Dr. Jamal, we're going to go through it. We're not going to go through the whole deck, but I want to get you to get the gist of this. If he pulls a club, he's gonna do sit-ups. If he pulls a diamonds, he's gonna do push-ups. If he pulls a heart, he's gonna do squats. If he pulls a spade, he's gonna do rows. Now, if he pulls a number 2 through 10, that is the number of reps he's gonna do for each one of those exercises. If he pulls a jack, he does 11. He pulls a queen, he does 12 reps. A king does 13. Ace does 14. And a joker, if he pulls a joker, that's a run in place 15. Now, this is what Dr. Jamal is doing. Now, for you, you can follow this, or you can make it easier or make it heavier. It's up to you. We're just going to go through it and teach you and show you the basics of you starting at the house. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't need to go to no fitness club. You don't need to go nowhere. Only thing you need to do is just start. You do not have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. And so that's what this is. So now we're going to turn this camera around. Dr. Jamal, we're going to get started. We're going to, he's going to pull the card. Whatever card he pulled from the top, that's what he's going to do. We got it. All right, pay attention, people. Pay attention. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to turn it around. We're going to get it focused in. Here we go. Turn around. We're going to help you. We're going to help you. All right. All right, there's Dr. Jamal. All right, here we go. Here's our card. He's pulling the first one. First card is a jack. So a jack of spade is rows. You're going to get those dumbbells, rows. And he's going to do jack. He's going to do 11. 11 rows. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put it down. All right, he's going to pull another card. Here's another card. Here we go. Pull it. What is that? A 6 of hearts. 6 of heart. He's going to do squats. 6 squats. Body squats. Ready? You got a dumbbell? All right, 6. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, here we go. All right, next card. Dr. Jamal. Jack, clubs. Clubs is sit-ups. Jack is 11. He's going to do 11 sit-ups. Here we go. Ready? Go. 1. Come on. 2. Good. 3. Breathe. 4. Come on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, here we go. To the side. He's standing up. All right, Dr. Jamal going to pull the next card. All right, next card. Here we go. 2 of diamond. 2 push-ups. Here we go. Ready? You go on the ground. There's 2 push-ups. Ready? Go. 1, 2. All right, here we go. All right, he pulling another card. 10 spade. So he's gonna do spades. 10 rows. All right, here we go. He got the rows. 10. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put it down. Here we go. You're gonna pull another card. All right, ready? Queen. I got it. Queen. Heart. All right, here we go. So he got queen, 12 hearts, 12 squats. All right, here we go. 12 squats. All right, come on. 1. Come on. 2. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, put it down. You're going to pull another card. All right, here we go. You're going to hold it. 8 hearts. More squats. 8 squats. Here we go. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I'm pulling out the card. All right, here we go. All right.
Back, we doing 10.
8 diamonds. All right, so we got diamond push-ups. 8. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, back up. All right, here we go. Another one. All right, top the ball. Wear it out. 5 club. 5 push-ups. 5. Clubs. And sit-up. 5 sit-ups. Ready? Here we go. Keep working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go. Next one. All right, here we go. Ready? 4 spades. Here we go. The spades is rows. 4 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here we go. All right, next one. 5 diamond, 5 push-ups. All right, here we go. Diamonds and push-ups. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Ready? 9 spades, 9 rows. Here we go. 9. Ready? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, here we go. Good. Joker. Jog in place. 15 seconds. Go. Get him up. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on. 9. Go down. Come on. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Coming right behind you. All right, here we go. Ready? 7 spades. Right on it. 7 rows. Woo! Come on. You can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here we go. We'll do 2 more. We'll do 2 more. Woo! Ace, diamond. Ace is 14. Diamonds are push-ups. 14 push-ups. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, here we go.
14 or 15?
8 is 50. 14. All right, last one. 8 clubs. 8 clubs. Sit-ups. 8 sit-ups. Here we go. Come on. 1. Come on. 2. Breathe. 3. Good. 4. Good. 5. Good. 6. Come on. 7. 8. Good. Good, Dr. Jamal. Take a breather. All right. He get rest. Good. Good. We back over here. You got. Look. It's just that simple. Now, that's telling you that's a little exercise you can do at the house. Now, Dr. Jamal get you a sip. He get this one. But that's a little exercise you can do at your house. You don't have to be great to get started. But you got to get started to be great. And like I tell the athletes, is this. Your reflection in the mirror does not define you. My reflection does not define me. I define me, not that reflection. Even though the world might say something about me, as long as in my mind, I define me. This reflection and all this is what the world sees. And that's what they say. Good. But I is what I say. Right. That reflection in the mirror is in my head right here. So my reflection does not define who I am on the inside. You got to fight. You have to fight. You have to fight. You have to fight complacency. You have to fight sitting around. You got to fight that laziness. You got to fight it. You got to get up. And I know it's hard. And I know I don't have time. And I know the family. And I know this. But like I said, all those excuses, that's bullshit. Get up. You can do it. Get your behind up. Let's go. Let's work. You can make an excuse for anything. You can say, why my dog ate my homework? Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I'm out of this. And this person sick. Oh, this person. The best fight you have against COVID is your own immune system. 70-75% of your immune system is right here. The best fight you have against COVID is right there inside of you. Why Dr. Jamal get a breather with all that exercise? I'm in the mirror. And I'm telling you, the best thing you can do for yourself is to boost your own immune. There's no shot of blood that somebody can give you that's better than what you already God done gave you. I'm telling you, look up the research. Fight. Boost yourself. Everybody want to talk about social distance. That's great. Everybody want to talk about wearing a mask. That's great. Everybody talking about wash your hands. That's great. But America had a problem before COVID hit. COVID just ripped the scab off the wound. And you know what it is? Get in shape. Take care of yourself. Eat better. Exercise regularly. Get your heart rate up at least 4 or 5 times a week. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. What about losing 30, 40, 50 pounds? What about that? All right. We can stay social distance. Great. We can wash our hands. Great. We can wear a mask. Great. But what about losing 40, 50 pounds? What about being able to do, if you're a man and you should be able to do 40 push-ups in a row, because all the research says that if you can do 40 straight push-ups, your chances of dying of the #1 killer, cardiac heart disease, is decreased by over 90%. If you can do 40 push-ups in a row. So, anytime. Dr. Jamal just...
No, I was like, you go on, Coach. I was just going to hold up for you. You talking.
So anytime, you just get on the ground and drop at any time. And you say, look, if I can do 40 of these, my chances of dying of the #1 killer is down, it's reduced. So, challenge yourself. Men out there, you get up and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, 6. Come on, 7. Come on, 8. Come on, 9. Come on, 10. Come on, 11. Come on, 12. Come on, 13. Come on, 14. Come on, 15. Come on, 16. Come on, 17. 18. Come on, 19. Come on, 20. Yeah, 21. 22. Dance. 23. Go. 24. Go. 25. Go. 26. Go. 27. Go. 28. Go. 29. Go. 30. 1. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. I challenge you. I challenge you to do your 40. I challenge you to do your 40. That's mine. Dr. Jamal has his. You do yours. You do yours. And if you can do that, your chances of the #1 killer, it ain't COVID, it ain't corona, it's heart disease. If you can do that, your chances of dying of heart disease is greatly reduced. So stop making excuses. Get your why, get started.
All right.
It's a lot. Dr. Jamal.
And let y'all know, I wasn't winded. I was just chilling. I wasn't winded because just to be real with y'all, that baby stuff right there, he just had us. That is baby stuff. That's baby stuff. That ain't what you get on Monday and Wednesday. That ain't what you get right there. It goes a little higher. So when you do the 10 or something like that, everybody like, ooh, okay. It's just when you start saying that 20, with that 45, or with that 300 something, that's when you start saying, because it pushes you to another level. And that's why, again, the routines what he was sharing, I will say this to y'all. Again, not that I'm a medical expert, but I dare say if you do this consistently throughout the week, several times in a week, I say 3 times to 4 times a week.
That's right.
For a month, you're gonna probably see some change.
You will.
You'll see some modicum of change. Because that's what, again, some of y'all probably heard me share with Coach Carter ask me a question. How do you measure yourself? That's the first month, January comes in. He said, how do you measure yourself? I said, it's clothes.
Clothes.
I began to realize that I had put on some clothes. But I'm like, wait a minute. In November, it wasn't fitting like this. It's like, okay, it's a little loose right now.
Right.
And I realized that was based on the fact that we were doing the training. And I was like, okay. So then, give y'all my business again. What happened, I had gotten some suits in.
Oh, I remember the suits.
Had gotten alterations. I had paid for the alterations. Had gone in December, bam. I would have this stuff together. January, I'll be straight. I got my suits. I'm ready. I picked the suits up in January. I'm not mad with the seamstress. I'm mad with her. I'm mad with the tailor. I'm mad with her. Cause I might say, she ain't got my suit right. muscles. I'm like literally saying, I'm pissed off. I'm a little mad. But then I saw him and said, go on. Have you not been going to training?
That's right.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I come and tell Coach Carter that. He's like, oh. He's like, that's going to happen.
If you start with me or start with somebody who knows what they're doing, I tell them, don't buy any new clothes for a while. Because your body's going to change. Your body's going to change. This workout is going to change. You're going to adapt. Just like calluses on your hand, you adapt. Just like you're going to have some tweaks and stuff, you will adapt. Your waist is getting smaller, your legs are getting bigger, your arm, like Jamal arm, you had the adaptation. This new life, you will adapt to it. So what I say is just wait. Wait in the year. But this is something you're gonna do for the rest of your life. And you'll see. But and I told him, I said, Dr. Jamal, all right, you got to figure out what weight you want to be at. I've been sitting at this 220, 221 for the longest, because that's pretty much where I'm, I like being at, and also I've invested in clothes, and those clothes fit me at this weight. Now, Jamal, he sits at around that 170. Well, now it's like based on the exercise, it's now like 188, 190. I'm like saying, I'm gaining this weight, but guess what? I'm the Coach Carter. I got concerned about this, Coach Carter. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like 180, such and such and so and so, 170, such and such. I'm like, now I'm like 188, 190. I'm like, what's going on here? But guess what? I'm wearing the pants. Right.
I'm wearing, because whereas when I hit the 170, 173, and all the 177, all that, my waist goes to like a 34.
Right.
So now I'm at 188, 190. My waist still a 34.
That's right.
So then hit me down. He said, you got density now.
Density.
The muscle.
Density.
Before, you had all other stuff.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, I'm getting bigger, but it's not fat.
Right, not fat.
This muscle. So I'm not saying,
oh. Fat takes up more space on the body. Fat takes up more space. A pound of fat takes up more space than a pound. Muscle is dense, and it's tough for you to lay down muscle. And so when you're laying down muscle, you can be heavier and smaller. Like your waist is smaller, heavier and smaller. It's almost like an oxymoron. I'm heavier and I'm smaller. But yeah, and that's what it is when you progressively do this over and over and over. You can be denser, all right? You can be denser, but I'm smaller. All right? And so therefore, I encourage you, have your measurables. Here's your measurables. I have your weight measurables. I have Dr. Jamal weight measurables. And so he did 305 on Friday. He did 145 press. Here's his measure for the weight room. All right. Then on his measure for his exercise endurance, like again, they go on 30 reps, but they only go 45. He used to get a minute and 20 seconds. Then he got a minute and 10 seconds rest in between each circuit. Now he only gets 45. So you're doing the same, but you're getting less. People think that you can always do, it's always better to do more. Sometimes doing less. So you can do more reps, more set, more weight. Yes. Or I can do less rest. And so they're doing this. The weight went up and it's steady. The reps went up and it's steady now. The exercises went up and it's steady. So now as a trainer, I say, now we're going to take away some of that rest. We'll take away some of that rest. And so now they're like, and Dr. Jamal was in here with 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, right? And after 30, 40 minutes, that's when we get started. That's when we got to go. Let's get started. And so what you have to do is you have to get in a credible workout program. And if you listen to Go Run Tell That, and wherever you are, you can be anywhere looking at these videos, go and demand from your trainer who you work with these things that we talk about, these specifics that we're talking about. Don't mistake activity for achievement. Why am I getting denser and heavier, but I'm losing? This is the reason why. This is a muscle. What should I eat after workout? Well, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to get big and put on muscle, you have your protein and carbohydrates. If you want to tighten up, drink your water and have your lean protein. Scrambled eggs is a protein. It's not going to give you a whole bunch of calories, but it's going to feed the muscle. The muscle is going to continue to eat more fat because it has to have energy just for you to carry that much muscle. So therefore, Dr. Jamal, he can easily drop down 5-10 pounds. Only you have to do is just get water and have this basic protein with no minerals in it, some eggs, some lean meat, cut it up, eat it, cut your carbohydrates down, boom. And in a day, he'll be 5-6 pounds light. Or if you want to muscle up and you got a heavy lift on Friday, then what I do is I add me some rice, add me some potatoes, I drink me some protein shake, boom, and I'll be 5 pounds. When you have more muscle, you can manipulate it. The truth of the matter is, when you see a before and after picture on the internet, oftentimes those models, they wake up in the morning and they do their after picture, which means they wake up after being fasted, they haven't eaten in 8 hours, they've been sleeping, and they get up in the morning, boom, take a picture, right? And then what they do is they add the carbohydrates, they eat 2 or 3 cans of soup, then they add some noodles, they get all that salt, they drink 1.5 gallons of water, and then that afternoon at 4 or 5 o'clock, they are 12, 14 pounds bloated, boom. Then they take the picture, then they switch it. The before becomes the after becomes the before, and then they put it out there like, oh, look. In one day, you can only do that when you got more muscle. And that's what you see with Dr. Jamal. You get more muscle, more muscle, more muscle. But it's not just Dr. Jamal. You can do it with your resolution. You can do it. You can just decide, be specific, and you can say, you know what? In the month of January, I'm going to commit to be able to do, ladies too. The study was on men about the 40 push-ups, the cardiac disease. But ladies, it would apply to you. You say, I'm going to be able to do 5 or 10. And then in February, all right, I'm going to be able to do 15. And you just keep going. And then the next month, I'm going to do 20. And then 30. And you keep working. The studies show the number 1 killer is COVID. It's not COVID. It's heart disease. And everybody running around, my wife would tell you, I was like, everybody running, which is good. Stay social distance. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. But they were sneezing and coughing before COVID. I got it. I know if that's your choice, I got it. And I respect it. And when we go out and they say, wear masks on and we throw each other distance and wash your hands. But I'm challenging you also, lose 30, 40 pounds. What about that too? Nobody's saying that. What about that? I said, lose 30 pounds, lose 40 pounds. Be able to do 40 push-ups in a row. Be able to run a less than 10-minute mile. Be able to do pull-ups. Be able to do 5, 10 pull-ups. What about that? What about self-response? What about that part? We want to help watch out for our neighbors. So yes, we do. Right. Wash your hands. Yes. Wear masks. Yes. Stay social distance. Yes. Get in better shape, which means being in better shape is ambiguous. So let's put specifics on it. Be able to do 40 push-ups up and down in a row. Be able to squat your body weight. So if you are 188 pounds, Dr. Jamal, I need you to be able to squat 190 pounds. That is specific. That is specific. That is specific. Be able to do 75% of that body weight. So Dr. Jamal, if you 180, 190 pounds, I need you to be able to bench press 150 pounds. Specific. None of this ambiguous stuff. None of this get in shape. Because I tell somebody to get in shape, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you get in shape? No, have specifics. Have specifics. Right? And so when you do that, now you put these numbers down, and now your goal is to chase those numbers. That's your goal. That's your goal, to chase those numbers. And you just keep bouncing. And here's the thing. When you chase those numbers and you attain them, just like with him, I want to keep going. I want to keep going. I don't tell him, and I don't tell Dr. Jamal doesn't use a weight belt when he squats, because I never introduced a weight belt to him. He doesn't even know anything about a weight belt. So he doesn't use straps. I like just keep going. I don't know how far that thing's gonna go. I don't know. But what I do know is we head in the right direction. I know this is the direction we're going to. I don't know where we're going, but I head this direction, because I know eventually we're gonna get there. We're gonna keep going. And that's what we do. And that's what we try to do on this show. That's what Dr. Jamal go run, tell that. We're gonna push it, and we're gonna keep doing it, and we're gonna keep telling it, and we're gonna do the best we can. And for those of you who tune in Please pass it on. We're going to pass it on. But today, we understand this. When you set your resolution, you make sure you understand your why. You make sure you understand your why. Dr. Jamal.
Coach Carter, I just got my notice in because there's a tea that I can get to help me lose weight, Coach Carter. I can lose 5 pounds if I drink this tea. But also, Coach Carter, there's a drink also. It's a juicy drink that, again, I can get on Facebook and also on Instagram. Coach Carter, I think I could do that. I can lose the 5 pounds like that, Coach Carter. So I have to let you know. That's what I got my phone, Coach. So I got my notification. I can go order, Coach Carter. I'm just saying.
Don't order that stuff. You don't have to order that. You can just go to the CVS or whatever and get what's going diuretic. You can get a diuretic, take that, you should lose it, it'll flush out 5 pounds of water on you. You'll be dehydrated. You haven't changed any mechanism. You haven't changed any microbiology of your body. You have not made your cells or your lungs do anything. Only thing you do is that's your digestive system. It's just, that's it. You don't need a colon cleanse because your liver and your colon cleanse itself. And so all that stuff is just a panacea. It's just utopia. It's just a fantasy land. Look, work is work. You are built to work. Taking a pill and a juice and all that kind of stuff. Only thing I do is like drink it. You just drink a gallon and pee it off. You drink the water, you get on the scale, you 5 pounds lighter. Stop drinking the water, you pee, you be 5 pounds heavier. Stop drinking the water, you get on the scale, you 5 pounds lighter. That hasn't changed the biology of my body. I have not changed. We are talking about the biology of your body. It is you stuck on a pill or a potion, or fitness is free. The Lord gave it to you. No man can take it away. Now you can go and buy whatever you buy this and buy that and all that type of stuff like this here. I was on national TV and said it. Fitness is free. Now the promoters and the people who pay for our ads, they don't like it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You got hands and feet and a body and a mind. You know that you have to put in you need to get that stuff off of you. Fat. You can drink all you want. It don't matter. We got 2 minutes.
They do a before and after picture, Coach Carter. They show the picture, before when their stomach is out there like that, and then after they have the drink, then they show it like that. So, Coach Carter, you're trying to tell me I need to just put my phone down.
Put your phone down. Put your phone down. You haven't changed it. You can suck in your gut. You can tan. You can put on tanning lotion. You haven't changed anything. The mechanics of your body have not changed. And here's the thing. When you go back to regular eating, you're going to pick that weight right back up. And what I say is this, pretty much outside of the fried stuff, we eat what I want to eat. Because when you increase your flame, and we talked about that, your mechanics of your body, you put it in, it'll burn it up. You put it in, it'll burn it up. And that's what it is. I don't have to fight and starve. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. We talked about the 30 meals. 3 of them you can get, and you just eat what you want to eat. But other 27, so potions and pills and stuff like kind of stuff, they just selling you something that is just. And in fact, if you buy that and then come here, I got something to say. I'll sell you. I got something right here. I can sell you this. I can sell you some of this water. H2O. Oh, no, but once at a time. We got 20 seconds left.
Well, consider your resolution. We said stick to it and have a team of people that can help you with regards to that. Find folks that you can connect with regards to making those changes, with regards to who you want to be. And again, have that why. Coach Carter said, have that why. That's essential.
That's essential. We take care of yourself. We'll see you.
Bam. Peace out of here.